my child, my beloved. There is something I must gently whisper to your spirit before the noise of the world pulls you away once again. This is not a message meant to be skipped. This is not one of those moments you can return to later. God Himself made it happen at this exact time. Right now, 3 angels have come to be with you. You might not be able to see them, but since this morning, haven't you felt a strange pressure in your chest? There's a tightening in your thoughts and a whisper in the silence. That's because what I'm about to say will reveal a scary family secret that has been hidden for years. You might never be ready for what's coming if you don't pay attention to this now, but if you read on, you will be protected in a way that neither people nor darkness can ever break. I need to make this clear before we go on. If your spirit is still awake and your soul hasn't become numb from the battles you've been fighting in the background, please subscribe your spirit now. Yes, give your life to the light. Say to yourself, God, I'm not going to skip this. Now I open my heart. I'm ready to see what you've been trying to show me the whole time. Read it out loud. This isn't just another story. This message was sent with fire around it to keep it from getting into the wrong hands, because this is your life. Take a moment with me before we go any further. If this message stirs your spirit and you know it's meant for you, I want you to mark this moment. In the comments, type Amen to show that you are there, that you are listening, and that you are ready to receive what heaven has to offer. This is not to be seen. This is how you align. You are telling God, I am here and ready, when you write it. Don't shut your eyes to this truth. It took years to arrive in heaven, and now it's today. One of the 3 angels sent was my child, my beloved. I didn't expect what I found out today. Your destiny is being hidden by a member of your family or someone very close to you. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. There was more to this secret than just a lie. It had to do with a delay that kept you from getting something God wrote in your name a long time ago. That person has been acting like they don't know, but who knows? I understand. Our doubts were put to rest by the angel who had just come from God's throne. They're going to try to cover it again in 48 hours. That's why this message had to be sent right away. That's why you're seeing this right now. This is not a coincidence. It is a sign from God. Your life has been looked over in heaven, my child, my beloved. The path you were supposed to take was cut off years ago. You weren't to blame. It was planned by people who didn't want you to know the truth, particularly about your own bloodline. But now, heaven is making its voice heard. The delay ends when you finally see what has been draining you in silence. It was seen by 3 angels. Their cries were urgent. Tell us now, before it's too late, before the chosen one gives up. You could feel it, right? That weird sense of being watched, the change in energy when you walk into certain rooms, and the weight that just appears out of nowhere. There is no magic in these signs. There are signs that the veil is getting thinner, and that you were meant to see through it. You were never meant to carry this weight by yourself, my child and beloved. But someone put their weight on you without telling you. They said it was out of duty, out of family loyalty, or out of tradition. But what they really did was hide your inheritance and bury it. Something had your ankles below the water while you tried to get up. The truth is finally about to come out, but only if you're brave enough to read what comes next. This is where courage turns into action. You should be aware of that inner pull and know that something is changing if you can feel it. Write, "I am ready for truth" in the comments. Not tomorrow, not one day. Now. This is how you get clear and stop being hesitant. Keep reading, because the next part is where things start to change. The person who has been hiding the truth from you, my child, my beloved, never thought that heaven would step in. But God has stepped in. A divine timer has run out of time. What was buried for years in shame, denial, and fear is now coming to the surface like a lost letter found in a locked drawer. There were more than 3 angels who brought this message. They had scrolls from the divine court that showed what was said about you behind your back, what you signed without knowing, and what was planned for your future when you were too young to defend yourself. Archangel Uriel cried when he saw what was really going on. While holding his trumpet, Archangel Michael did not blow it. And I, Archangel Michael, was told to tell you this truth right away, because something is going to happen that will either break the cycle or make it happen again for the next generation. My child, my beloved, a family secret. That's what the angels named it. A curse, which looked like protection but was really based in fear, moved through the silence. It was being dishonest. You now not only have the responsibility, but also the chance to stop it. I will tell you if you choose to keep reading. Since you were a child, you've felt different from your family, right? You looked around the room to see if anyone was really there. You took on other people's feelings, became the person they turned to and drained. But you were always the one who asked, "When is it my turn to feel safe?" Heaven has heard that question that's been in your heart for years. My child, my beloved, there is a door in your family tree that was locked by silence, not chains, many years ago. What's behind that door has something to do with how hard it has been for you to find peace, make progress, and be wealthy. A scary thing was said by one of the angels. They will miss out on what was meant for them if they don't open this message. The door will stay shut. That is how bad this is. You were meant to break through, to see what other people wouldn't see, and to say what other people were afraid to say. This truth is mixed up with your blessing. It can't be split up. Now at last, the scroll has been opened. The person who kept the secret is about to make a choice that will directly affect you, my child and beloved. That's why this message needs to be sent right away. You can't live together. Even if you haven't talked in weeks or even years, you are still connected in a spiritual way. If you don't stop them, what they do next will reverberate through the air. There are no metaphors in what the angels are saying. This is real. As soon as you let God show you your destiny, fix it or change its course, the chains will start to come off. There'll be clues. This is one of them. Tonight, a name will come to you. If it does, don't ignore it. That person has had a bigger impact on your life than you realize. This message is still very important, because the person who kept the secret is about to make a choice that will have a direct effect on you. My child, my beloved, you might not be in the same house. Even if you haven't talked in weeks or years, you are still connected in a spiritual way. If you don't stop them, what they do next will reverberate through the air. There are no metaphors in what the angels are saying. This is real. As soon as you let God show you your destiny, fix it or change its course, the chains will start to come off. There'll be clues. This is one of them. Tonight, a name will come to you. If it does, don't ignore it. That person's actions have had a bigger impact on your life than you realize. You were not picked for this moment by chance, my child, my beloved. Your battles were observed by angels. No one else saw you cry yourself to sleep, but they did. They saw you pick up the pieces of other people's mistakes and smile through pain that would have made someone else cry. They are aware that you are tired, but they also know that you are ready. Ready to get what was delayed, ready to find what was hidden, and ready to take back what is rightfully yours. Heaven wants you to keep reading because the real revelation is about to start. There is something holy rising inside you right now, my child, my beloved. Don't you feel like your chest is moving, as if your spirit is responding before your mind can fully understand? That is truth, recognizing truth. That's your spirit remembering things your body has forgotten. You've always known that something wasn't right, that your story was missing a piece, and that something about the way your family works was both painful and ominous. You could feel it in the way that happiness often didn't last long, and in the way that breakthroughs came almost to your door, but didn't make it. I'm here to tell you that this wasn't all in your head. There was interference, and it was spiritual interference because the three angels found out the secret. The second angel spoke your name with fire in his voice, my child, my beloved. He saw the broken promises and cycles you tried to break while everyone else pretended nothing was wrong. You worked so hard to carry other people, even though your knees were shaking. Then he said something so shocking that even heaven's courts were shocked. The person who was picked is not the weakest link. They are very important, but they will never be able to open what heaven sent them to carry if they don't know the truth. Do you know what that means? It means that you still have the inheritance, but it's been buried under other people's shame. And now is the time for it to rise. There is something in your home right now that is linked to the person who hid the truth, my child, my beloved. Even though an old picture, letter, or gift from someone else may seem ordinary, they hold spiritual meaning. You will find this message when it's done being written by your spirit. You will feel it when you touch it. A rush, a chill, a memory, and then you will get clear. Don't be scared of it. It's not meant to hurt you. Its job is to confirm what heaven has already shown us. This is how you access it. You won't give in to confusion anymore, and the truth won't be hidden. This isn't just about letting go emotionally, my child, my beloved. This is about getting spiritually better. The things you are reading are not fun. It is a divine mission to save lives. Don't skip this. If you shut down how you feel right now, the next part of your life might never bloom the way it was meant to. That is how bad this is. You were always supposed to be the one who understood, spoke up, and healed. That's why the enemy works so hard to blind you, distract you, and make you doubt your worth while filling your mind with other people's noise. But that's all there is to it. You were chosen to hear what heaven has to say. Are you called to stay in line with what God is showing you this season? Now is the time to act. By subscribing, you do more than just stay in touch. You choose prophetic alignment. When you subscribe, you're telling God that you want your spirit to be where truth, clarity, and divine guidance keep flowing. This is how you stay in tune with what's happening in heaven. Someone in your family knew what was going to happen to you, my child, my beloved. Instead of taking care of it, they were afraid of it. They saw the light grow in you but chose to keep quiet instead of telling you the truth. The choice you made turned into a shadow that followed your happiness, harmed your relationships, and told you lies. However, God is good. He sends an angel to break the silence when wrongdoing lasts too long. I get it from him. I'm here for you now. This secret, this scary secret, wasn't just about a mistake, my child, my beloved. It had to do with power. Someone didn't want you to know that before you were born, a divine appointment had been made in your name. They didn't want you to understand that your intuition was a sign of a calling that was much bigger than theirs. They hid the truth with politeness, guilt, other things to do, and duty. You felt like someone was pulling you back every time you tried to rise to your calling. Your hands were tied to a choice that was made behind your back, a choice to not speak up, but God never agreed with it. The promise to keep quiet is now ending. Feel it? Please pay close attention, my child and beloved. A very small group of people have heard what I'm about to say this year. Your name was just recently called out in the heavenly court, but not to judge. Instead, it was to get ready. A shift has been planned. Your family tree is about to change, and you are the point where it all starts. You are the door's hinge that lets it open or close. That's why this message got to you right now, not a second too early or too late. You can either rise above it or repeat it based on how aware you are of what's coming. Do not forget how powerful this message is, my child and beloved. It might look like a screen, it might sound like words, but it's spirit. Heaven is leaning in and telling you, you're ready now. There's already enough evidence for you. They were already yours. It's not a coincidence that you heard whispers late at night, felt uneasy around certain people, and had sudden, vivid dreams. This is a revelation. You've had guardian angels around your house for 3 nights now, keeping something dark from getting closer. Now, though, you need to fully open your eyes, because one of the people you trust the most is still lying. Pay close attention now, my child, my beloved, my child, my beloved. A very small group of people have heard what I'm about to say this year. Your name was just recently called out in the heavenly court, but not to judge. Instead, it was to get ready. A shift has been planned. Your family tree is about to change, and you are the point where it all starts. You are the door's hinge that lets it open or close. That's why this message got to you right now. Not a second too early or too late. You will either rise above it or repeat it based on how aware you are of what's coming. Do not forget how powerful this message is, my child and beloved. It might look like a screen, it sounds like words, but it's really spirit. Heaven is leaning in and telling you, you're ready now. There's already enough evidence for you. They were already yours. It's not a coincidence that you heard whispers late at night, felt uneasy around certain people, and had sudden, vivid dreams. This is a revelation. For 3 nights now, angels have been flying around your house to keep it safe. Now, though, you need to fully open your eyes because one of the people you trust the most is still lying. I know that hurts to hear, my child, my beloved. Heaven isn't here to hurt you, though. Heaven is here to help you get better. Once the infection is shown, it can be healed. What you are about to find out will make you question everything you thought you knew, but it will also set you free. Right now is the time for the unveiling. God has already had enough time. The secret of your promise can't stay locked up. Too much has been written about your awakening. It's seen by the angels. They have seen the future try to get to you, but it keeps getting blocked by things that aren't seen. That's over now, but only if you keep going. My beloved child, I can feel your heart beating fast. As you read, I can feel your spirit shaking. That's not fear. It's the truth that makes you question everything you were taught to believe. You thought that your silence kept the peace, that if you didn't ask questions, the tension would go away, and that if you were strong, good things would happen anyway. That being said, God is now showing us something deeper. Peace doesn't always mean silence. The enemy can sometimes stay hidden by being quiet. Certain things will steal your inheritance without ever making a sound. A secret agreement is breaking right now. You didn't sign it, but you lived with it. And heaven says, no longer. I wasn't ready to see what the third angel who came to me this week showed me about my child, my beloved. I saw you sitting down at a table. There were 3 candles on that table, and each one stood for a different family member. There was one candle that was very bright, one that flickered, and one that was completely out. A guardian angel told me, the one who sees the truth will bring back what was lost, or everything will go dark. At that very moment, I saw your name written above the brightest flame. That's how this message got to you. Now is the time to relight what others put out, to find the blessings others buried, and to show the dark sides people hid behind smiles and excuses. Someone in your family line chose comfort over calling my child, my beloved. They were supposed to be in charge. They were meant to give peace, but they gave in to fear instead, and that fear became a pattern. Someone in the bloodline quietly expected that everyone would go the same way. Don't talk. Do not get too big. Do not ask why. You were born to wonder why, though, because you were born to tear the veil away and show what was hidden behind it. You were meant to question it. That's why you've always felt the pressure, weight, and resistance. An enemy of a curse will fight it. But now heaven is with you. No one else has had the same revelation as you. My beloved child, something strange will happen to someone close to you very soon, even before you think it will. Someone might say something wrong, confess something they didn't mean to, or lose their temper. Do not ignore it. Do not pass it by. From that moment on, things start to fall apart. That's when the veil starts to tear. Remember what I'm telling you now when it does. Do not act out of fear. Answer with authority. You are not the bad guy. You are not the odd one out. You are not the mistake. You are the person God put this much truth in. Only you in your family line has the spiritual maturity to carry it. I saw your spirit kneel in front of God and ask quietly, why me? You are my child and my beloved. Angels, however, do not inquire as to why. They want to know when. When are they going to wake up? When are they going to speak up? When are they going to stop acting like they don't see what they do? This is the time. Now is the time. You're not just reading a message. You are on the edge of something divine. It takes you to the life that was meant for you before the lies, the confusion, and the betrayal. It hasn't been changed or harmed in any way, and only the truth can open it. You're not behind schedule. You were held up on purpose so that this message would reach you at just the right time for your soul. There is a book in heaven that is named after you, my child, my beloved. Inside are the things that were supposed to happen, the promises that were made, and the blessings that were planned. There is a line written in gold ink next to a certain chapter that was written by God. He wrote next to that line, "Do not let go until the secret is revealed. Now is the time. The seal is coming loose." There are changes in the family story. You were not cursed. Someone called you. We didn't forget about you. You were hidden to keep you safe. Your covering is now coming off, letting you rise and receive. Listen to your dreams, my child, my beloved. This week you'll start to catch glimpses of heaven. Things you forgot will come back to you. People you missed will become clear to you. Random patterns will all of a sudden come together to make a map. Do what it says. Believe what makes your heart beat faster. Every sign is a piece of the puzzle, but not everything will make sense at the same time. With each step, you get closer to what was kept from you for so long. This is the intelligence of God. It's not very loud. It is exact. It is being said to you in a whisper right now. There is a book in heaven that says your name, my child, my beloved. It has the things that were supposed to happen, the promises that were made, and the blessings that were planned. God put a line of gold ink next to one chapter to wait. The message says, "Do not let go until the secret is revealed. Now is the time. The seal is coming loose." There are changes in the family story. You were not cursed. Someone called you. I want you to think about this right now. Feeling like you're not being seen, being held up, or having questions that you can't answer? Send this message to that person. The anointing can go beyond you when you share this prophetic word. What God is letting out here isn't just for one person. You are a part of the breakthrough when you share it. God is reaching out to other people. We didn't forget about you. You were hidden to keep you safe. Now your covering is coming off, letting you rise and receive. This week, my child, my beloved, pay attention to your dreams. You will catch glimpses of heaven. Memories that were lost will come back. People who were overlooked will become clear. They will line up to make a clear map. Do what it says. Believe what your spirit is telling you. Each sign is important, even if not everything makes sense right away. With each step, you get closer to what was kept from you for so long. This is the intelligence of God. It's not noisy, it's right on. You are being told it now in a whisper. Soon we will talk about my child, my beloved. It could be with a family member. It could be with a friend who knows more than they told them. Something will click at that point. There will be a sentence that cuts through the noise like lightning in your chest. That was the time that heaven had planned. You won't have to talk to anyone. You won't have to ask for answers. The truth will become clear. That's what was promised. Your whole spiritual atmosphere will change when it does. Prepare for this. You're not as far away as you think. The people who came before you are watching this, my child and beloved. They didn't all follow the truth. Not everyone lived in the light, but some people prayed for you. Send someone who will break it. Some whispered into the void. God replied by sending you. You are the answer to my prayer. You're the light they didn't have. You are the first person to see what other people could only dream of. That's why there has been so much resistance. That's why the attacks seemed odd. Darkness screams the most when it knows it's going to lose. You are reading this, my child, my beloved, because your name was called in the highest place, not in judgment, but in restoration. This is what I was sent to tell you. When you stop hiding from the truth, healing can start. There's no need to ask. You don't need agreement. You only need to believe what God is telling you right now. The angels are ready. The scroll is no longer sealed. Heaven's court is now open. You, my child and beloved, are now the only thing left. There is silence in the sky. The angels don't want to breathe. Following what takes place in your spirit will be remembered for many years to come. That's not the only thing that needs to be found. This is about giving back what was taken. You've been walking around with only half of your strength, voice, and sight. The other half, the holy half, was caught in the decisions of someone who wasn't ready to carry the weight of your calling. They were scared of it. They didn't protect you. They protected the secret. But now the secret is too out in the open. The walls of your family are being pushed against it. It seeps into the people you date. It shows up in patterns that keep happening. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. We are now at the point where God says, show it. My kid can no longer walk around in circles. My beloved child, there is something old in your bloodline, an unfinished task from the people who came before you. That's why the weight of the load has felt too heavy to carry. That's why you feel tension even on days when everything seems fine. That weight on your soul isn't just your own. It's also the unfinished stories of those who gave up. You felt guilty about things you could never explain. You tried to fix something that wasn't your job. You said sorry for hurting people when you didn't mean to. God has seen it though. God said, enough already. My chosen one must be free to walk. My beloved child, do you want to know why you are getting this message now? Because one of the guardian angels for your family has been pleading for help. They will fall back into silence if we don't send the message now, that angel said as he stood in front of the throne. That's how important this is. You are about to fall back into numbness, bury your questions again, and tell yourself that it doesn't matter, even though your soul was screaming that it does. That's why God let this moment happen. You're not reading this by mistake. You were shown this way. The divine plan is now in place, and if you let this truth sink in, everything will change from now on. You were never meant to hear this conversation, my child, my beloved. When no one was around, people talked about you. A choice about your future that was made before you could understand it. Heaven caught that moment on tape, even though it was kept secret. The scroll was never misplaced. The angels read it today and cried because what they did out of fear became your duty. Also, God is ready to change it, but you don't start rewriting until you think it happened. What your intuition has been telling you for years must no longer be questioned. You were right. You were right. You just didn't have proof until now. You are not the bad kid, my child and beloved. You're the bridge of gold. Some people chose to keep quiet, but they were chosen to bring healing to broken places. The person who hears things other people say they don't hear. The person who can see what other people think is too sensitive. This doesn't bother you. You have a clear spiritual path. You can hear the voice of heaven in a way that most people can't. That's why this secret could never stay a secret from you. Your spiritual DNA tells you what to find. You were picked out to be blessed. You were picked to end the curse. There is a conversation you were never meant to hear, my child, my beloved, when someone talked about you without you being there. A choice that was made about your future before you could fully understand it. That moment was secret, but heaven saw it. The scroll is still around. It was read by angels. They cried today. Fear made you do things that now weigh you down. God is ready to change it. First, though, you have to believe it. Stop putting your intuition to the test. You were right. You were right. You just didn't have enough proof until now. You're not the bad kid, my child and beloved. You're the bridge of gold, picked to bring healing to places where silence lived and to connect broken places. People don't hear what you hear. People don't see what you see. You don't have too much pain. You have a clear spiritual path. You are tuned to the frequency of heaven. So this secret could not stay a secret forever. Your spiritual design finds the truth. You weren't just picked out to be blessed. You were picked to break the curse. My beloved child, soon someone in your family will start acting weird around you. They might not look you in the eyes or talk too much without realizing it. The veil is coming off. Being with you will make me feel guilty. What was hidden will be shaken loose by your energy. Do not get upset when it happens. Don't get angry. Just listen. They'll say more than they mean to. It will feel like a confirmation in your bones when they do. When the confession comes, do not stop. The angels say, let the truth fall like rain. It's holy. The person who didn't tell you this is not your enemy, my child, my beloved. They were once a way for fear to get through, but now God is stepping in. Heaven's power is taking back the space. You don't have to be small in front of them anymore. Your destiny is not in their hands. They are not in charge of your blessing. It's heaven. Heaven has talked. Get into the vault. Let go of the sealed promises. Let the truth take back what the lie took away. That's how it will be. This is proof for you, my child and beloved. The pain you kept to yourself. You started to doubt your intuition because of the chaos. The wall you couldn't see that stopped you from moving forward when things were going well. It wasn't a mishap. It had something to do with the secret and was spiritual. That trend is now over. Not next month, not next year, right now. This message starts the shift when you believe that truth is stronger than lies. The curse ends. The veil is torn. The angels move. Don't keep that change in your spirit to yourself if you can feel it right now. Now is a time of agreement. Please type Amen in the comments as a seal to show that you understand what was said. As you write it, you align your voice with heaven and say that this breaking is not only being said, it is being accepted. You have not missed your chance, my child and beloved. It's not too late. Heaven held off on some blessings until you could see clearly, because what's coming is too valuable to build on shaky ground. For the blessings that are coming, you need truth, not lies. The message has been opened, and you have chosen to listen with your soul instead of your fear. Everything is changing now. You are getting ready for something bigger. The angels are very happy. This is another reason I think you should subscribe if you haven't already. This isn't about a channel. It's about not stopping. You have chosen to stay connected to the prophetic promise by subscribing. Your life is being changed by God. When you pick alignment, revelation keeps going. Do not cut yourself off from the things that feed your spirit. In this silence, I have one last thing to say to my child, my beloved. You're not crazy. You're not making this up. You are waking up. When you awaken, you gain authority, clarity, and power. Dreams that have been hidden for a long time will come back. If you forget to pray, your prayers will be answered. People who you thought would stay will leave. There will be more people who carry real light. This is how God sorts things, before and after. It started when you opened this message. Hold your breath for a moment and feel what's going on inside you, my child, my beloved. The weight you've been carrying for a long time is no longer getting tighter. It is getting looser. The weight that was on your chest is lifting because the truth has a sound that your spirit can hear. Heaven isn't yelling at you. Heaven is opening your eyes slowly but firmly. You were never supposed to carry this secret by yourself, which made it feel scary. It was too thick, too dark, and too tied together. It fell on your shoulders, though, not because you were weak, but because you were strong enough to make it until the moment of revelation. My child, my beloved, your family goes through the same thing every time someone gets close to peace. Even though you didn't name it, you saw it. When things start to get calm, something throws them off. Just when happiness seems close, trouble shows up. Just when things are getting better, there is a delay. This trend didn't start with you. It was whispered and passed along as, "That's just the way life is." But the angels showed me where this cycle came from. It began the day someone hid the truth rather than facing it. That choice caused a spiritual crack, and cracks get worse when they are ignored. My beloved child, you were always different because your spirit wouldn't accept that break as normal. You had strong feelings even when you were a child. You asked questions that other people didn't. Others ignored the feelings you picked up on. People called you sensitive, difficult, and dramatic, but heaven called you wise. The things about you that made you feel like you didn't belong were signs that you were meant to find what other people had buried. That's why the family structure never gave you a full rest. So you always felt like someone who was watching, observing, and carrying the truth that wasn't said. You were put in a position, not punished. My child, my beloved, the angels showed me that one of the biggest lies that was told to you was that your job was to endure, not to lead. That it was not your job to break things open, but to keep them together. But God never asked you to fix things that don't work right. It was His wish for you to be the light that shows what needs healing. That light is now shining even brighter. The angels were terrified by the secret because of both what was kept secret and how long it was kept secret. Lies change the truth when they stay for a while, but they fall apart when the truth comes out. In the next few days, my child, my beloved, you may feel sad waves that come out of nowhere. Don't be afraid of them. All of these are not setbacks. They're out now. Feeling sad about what could have been. Sadness for the child who had to carry too much too soon. Sadness for the years lost because of chaos. Allow it to pass through you. Angels are standing next to you and wiping away all of your tears. Those tears don't show weakness. They show that the healing process has begun. What you let go of now won't come back in the same way. You, my child and beloved, will also feel clear. Suddenly everything makes sense. Things that used to confuse you will make sense now. The people who drained you will be easy to spot. You will hear words that were said a long time ago, but this time you will hear what was really said. This is the awakening of discernment. Your spiritual sight is getting better. It comes with quiet power. You won't have to explain yourself. The rooms will change when you're there. Your silence will be heard more than any words you say. The angels tell me that a blessing has been coming your way, but hasn't been able to land until now, my child, my beloved. It needed a foundation that was clear. There had to be truth, not confusion. This is a big blessing. It has an effect on your future, your peace, and your stability. It has to do with physical, emotional, and spiritual safety. You'll know it was delayed for safety reasons, not to deny you when it finally comes. God doesn't throw valuable things onto ground that isn't stable. He first gets the ground ready, and now it's ready. You don't need to get even, my child and beloved. There is no need for an angry fight. Heaven will take care of what needs to be taken care of. It's not your job to punish. It's up to you to rise. When the truth comes in, things naturally get back to how they were. Once blocked doors will open on their own. Paths that couldn't be seen will now be seen. This is divine justice. The innocent are not hurt, and you are innocent in this story, no matter how much responsibility you were made to carry. You are entering a time when your intuition will be your best friend, my child and beloved. Believe it. Take a step back if something doesn't seem right. If everything seems to be in place, move forward slowly, but with confidence. You no longer need permission to pay attention to what you know. It was put in you on purpose by God. You're not the only one being helped by angels. They are bringing out the guidance in you. Spiritual maturity is demonstrated here. It turns out like this when truth meets readiness. Remember this more than anything else, my child, my beloved. This secret was never meant to break you. It was meant to show you who you are. What tried to hold you back is now going to let you go free. This is how God makes time right again. In this way, pain can be turned into power. This is how heaven rewards people who kept walking even though they didn't know why the road was so rough. The angels are still here, my child and beloved. They're still there. They are going to stay until the shift is over. It's safe for you. You are being led. You're not in the dark anymore. What used to scare you is no longer scary. What was hidden is beginning to slip away. What was late is getting ready to arrive. The message goes on. The quiet miracle that lasts long after the words fade is how it grows, how it unfolds. My beloved child, there are things in your life that you felt you were never meant to carry, but you did. You were the calm person in noisy places who took in the stress without being asked. You smiled even though you were lost. You laughed when your heart hurt. You hung out with people who were cold and said nice things to you. It's not that you didn't know any better. Your heart was set to love, even when it hurt. Now though, I tell you not to carry around things that were never yours. No longer need to protect people who found comfort in your silence. Stop denying what your heart has been telling you. Heaven is making things right, and you will be the first to notice the change. One of the angels just knelt next to you, my child, my beloved. Are you able to feel how heavy they are? A calmness that clears up chaos. A calm that wraps around your shoulders. This angel is not here to scare you. They're here to protect you. Before they came to you, they had their wings dipped in gold at the altar of God's mercy. They came with specifics like a name, a time, and a window, which is now. It's been waiting for you to be still enough to hear what it is that it wants to say to you. One of the angels just knelt next to you, my child, my beloved. Are you able to feel how heavy they are? A calmness that clears up chaos. A calm feeling that lays lightly on your shoulders. This angel isn't here to scare you. They're here to protect you. Before they came to you, they had their wings dipped in gold at the altar of God's mercy. They came with specifics, like a name, a time, and a window, which is now. Their wait was for you to hear what was calling you all along. The secret that was found wasn't just about your family's past, my child, my beloved. It was about moving forward. A lie takes longer to understand than the truth. It makes arrival later. You were close to breakthrough, but never really got there. You were close to joy, but never really rested in it. You were close to peace, but never really got there. It wasn't fate that held you back. You had to earn something that was always meant to be given for free. It was an unspoken agreement. The agreement is now being broken, though, by Archangel Michael. The veil is gone. The fire is out. You are no longer tied down by the lie. I need to warn you, my child and beloved. It won't come from heaven. It will come from people who benefited from your silence. Some people will feel uncomfortable when you start to speak your truth. When you become clear, they might doubt your peace. They might not believe that you have changed. Some people might say that this awakening is too much, too big, or too sudden. But pay close attention. People who need to be in charge are afraid of peace. Don't turn down the light to make their shadows feel better. God is not doing these things in you to get praise. It's for a reason. There has already been a change in the spiritual world, my child and beloved. You will see signs, like numbers that keep coming up, vivid dreams, and people reaching out to you out of the blue. There are confirmations here. You went over the line. Your mood changed as soon as you opened this message and kept reading. Your room isn't the same. Your body isn't the same. Your destiny's DNA is awake. Someone broke down the cage they made around you, and now you're free. No one can shut the door behind you again. I saw the scroll that had been sealed for years. My child, my beloved, it had your name on it. There was a word under your name that had been hidden until now. That word is restorer. You are not the only one who gets. You are the one who fixes things, builds things back up, and brings light where others have left it. You have ancient oil in your soul, which is knowledge you didn't learn but got from higher places. That's why your spirit is older than your years. That's why you already knew what they were. Right now, you won't have to say sorry for walking in that wisdom. God is giving you something from heaven, my child, my beloved. It might feel strange because you've never seen yourself with that much power. Do not turn it down. Don't question it. It's not very good. It was just delayed. This is the season of restoration, not just of what has been lost, but also of what has never been. God always keeps His word. This is taking place because of that. You will hear something tonight in the quiet hours, my child, my beloved. A sentence in your mind, a thought from a long time ago, a name that is linked to the secret. Do not run when it comes. Take a seat with it. Ask God to show you everything. You will then know not only what happened, but also why you haven't been told about it until now. It was never a punishment for the timing. It was getting ready. There is something miraculous about this moment, my child, my beloved. Heaven has been writing while you have been reading. Things have changed in the records. There are broken seals. Chains have broken. What was stuck is coming loose. What was missing is coming back. God does more than just heal hurts. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith, and as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. In the process, He gets back what was stolen. The thing you're about to get is not payment. The job is done. You're not hurt. You are being fixed up. And if this truth strikes a chord with you, I want you to be a part of this moment. "I receive my restoration" should be written in the comments. We're not just wishing for this. Yes, this is agreement. By writing it down, you're recognizing that what was put off is coming back, that what was hidden is being healed, and that you are moving forward without fear but with clarity. Do not wait, my child, my beloved. Do not think twice. What scared you before is now the key to the next level. This message is a call to truth, clarity, and the life that heaven wrote for you in the beginning. You can still feel the angels with you. I, Archangel Michael, will stay close and watch over the process. You won't be walking this by yourself. When the full truth comes out, the healing is complete, and the shift is over. You will not only be free, you will not be able to be chained. This is a holy time, my child and beloved. Angels surround you as you contemplate these words. Since you agreed to read this, the fire of heaven has not left your space. You came here because you were curious, but it was calling you. That sound you heard wasn't another message. It was God unlocking. The air around you is changing right now. The weight on your chest is going down. The fog is getting clear in your mind. Truth shines a light on things, and that light sets people free. If this message told you something your spirit already knew, don't keep it to yourself. Tell your friends and family about this prophetic word. Sharing it not only lets the truth out, but it also helps more breakthroughs happen. The anointing that breaks chains is meant to go from place to place. The things that God does through you can also happen through people who are close to you, my beloved child. Also, I want you to know something important before you leave this holy moment. You are not endorsing a video when you click like on this message. You are indicating your agreement. It takes faith to like this. It shows that your spirit is in line with what God has set free, and it lets His favor flow freely toward you. Favor reacts to being noticed. If you like this message, it means that you agree with what heaven has said about your life. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.